What's up, everybody? I'm Stan, and welcome to Detail Comics, where we go over comics in detail. This week's weekly one-shot is all about the comic books that are coming out in October of 2017. So these are the 9 hottest books that I'm planning on picking up, and that I think you guys should check out too. So these books are either going to be brand new number ones, they're going to start off kick-ass series according to what I really read about them, or they're going to play an important part in the future of a particular character. So to start off with, let's talk about independent books, and we've got Eternity number 1, written by Matt Kindt. This is from Valiant, and what it does is it basically continues on with the story of Divinity into the next evolution. So this is a 4-part miniseries that is helmed by Matt Kindt, which is going to be taking on a brand new character inside the Valiant universe. So that is definitely something that is very exciting. We also have Maestros number 1, which is on the Image imprint, and this is about what seems to be, somebody in line for a royal kind of wizarding hierarchy, but it's a millennial that has been raised in Orlando and that has been appropriated from our world back into this world where they need to take over, and the ascension to the kingdom, to the seat of king, makes them into a god. So what does a millennial do when they're a god of a world that they've never really had any ties to? So it's really interesting, and there's a lot of praise from other creators about it, so it's definitely something that I'm interested in checking out. The last one I really want to talk about is another Image book, and this is called The Family Trade number 1. So this is a book that is about a group of assassins and ne'er-do-wells and scoundrels and thieves and those kind of things, but it's really been subverted by the person that is the youngest in the family. So they, are starting to take on the family business, the family trade, so to speak, and it just feels really interesting to see how somebody gets introduced into the world of crime, assassination, and those kind of things. And I'm really interested to see the take on this kind of dark underbelly of possible society. So it just really kind of piques my interest in that respect, and I feel like it's going to be a really interesting read, so I'm going to at least check it out for the first few issues just to take its temperature. Then we want to move over to Marvel. So Marvel has Mighty Thor number 700, which is a cornucopia of great Marvel artists. You've got a lot of great Thor artists coming in here to take on this title, which is going to be the beginning of the end for the Mighty Thor. So starting the Mighty Thor, or the Death of Mighty Thor arc, is, it's an oversized issue. It's going to have a lot of different artists, going to tell a lot of different sides of this particular story, and it's going to become a must-read for anybody that wants to see the evolution of the Odin son, as well as Jane Foster's Thor character. Also, we're going to get Punisher, the Platoon number 1, which is Garth Ennis' story. So we all know Garth from way back when he was doing Punisher, as well as a number of his other works. So this is just really telling the story of Frank Castle back in a Vietnam era, the evolution of the Punisher becoming the Punisher, what it takes to, bring Frank into that kind of mindset that when his family is killed, it turns him into the beast that he is now, prowling the streets, hunting down the worst elements of society. So I'm really excited to see what Garth does with this particular run in the book, and I think that it's going to really capture a lot of people that are making their way over from the Netflix series that is going to be coming out sometime in 2017. It's going to be great introduction material, and it's really going to complement the more recent developments that are going to go on with the main Punisher storyline that's written by Matthew Rosenberg. That's why The Platoon is one of my books that I'm really excited for. To finish things off in Marvel, we're going to talk about Amazing Spider-Man number 789. And if you watch my top 15 Marvel books to watch out for in Legacy, you're going to know why this is here. Ultimately, there's a lot of people that are polarized on Dan Slott's opinion of Spider-Man, feel that he's a little long in the tooth as far as the storyline's going, and what we just saw was the recent destruction of Parker Industries at the hands of the Secret Empire and Dr. Octopus. So this is going to really set the stage for where Spider-Man's going to be going in the next 12 to 24 months. So I can't emphasize this enough. Regardless of whether you enjoy Dan Slott's work on Amazing Spider-Man, this is a key issue for somebody coming out of a major event that is looking to possibly shake up a creative team sometime in the next few months, if the rumors are true. So 789 and the kind of the continued evolution of Peter Parker is going to play a huge part in the ongoing part of Marvel. There was also a release of the 3 preview pages, the kind of short story that's going along that's been penned by Robbie Thompson and illustrated by Mark Bagley, and it's really emphasizing return to the roots of Spider-Man, so that is kind of got me piqued a little bit more. So Amazing Spider-Man 789 is kind of a must-buy. To finish things off, we're going to talk about DC important books, and Green Lanterns number 33 is something that really kind of caught my interest because this is the first story that Tim Seeley is going to take over for Sam Humphries. So Sam Humphries has done a great job developing Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz and becoming a kind of a I want to say like a paternal kind of father to these characters and developing them into the people that they are today inside the storyline. So I'm interested to see what Tim Seeley's take, which is definitely very different if you're coming from the Nightwing book or any of his other works. And I really want to see how he kind of takes some of that interpersonal relationship and then kind of adds in a touch of action that kind of accentuates it, and what his take on these particular characters are. It really feels like they're kind of switching roles because Sam Humphries is taking over the Nightwing title, so they're just basically trading titles so that way we can get a little bit of a fresh take and a new flavor to these characters. So that's one of the things that I'm really interested in and what I'm really excited about. However, if we're going to talk about other books that I'm really excited about, we're going to have to talk about The Batman Who Laughs. So this is a one-shot story that's being written in conjunction with DC's Dark Knight's Metal, and this is going to be written by James Tynion IV. So he's been writing Detective Comics, he's going to be writing Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2. He's doing a lot of stuff, but this one-shot is written specifically by him, which is going to take the characterization of a Batman that's been influenced by the Joker, or essentially from an alternate universe, an alternate dark multiverse, where the Joker has kind of captured his sanity and turned him into, well, the Batman Who Laughs. So given the popularity and the actual promise that has been, kind of, it's been put forward by Batman the Red Death and hopefully in all the other one-shots that are coming out, in the future for Dark Knight's Metal, I'm really excited to see what James Tynion's take on this character is and how he's kind of collaborated with Scott Snyder to bring it to the pages in the best possible avenue. But to finish off, we're going to talk about another Batman title, which is Batman White Knight. So this is written and drawn by Sean Gordon Murphy, and it's talking about, it's a 7-part miniseries, and this is the first issue, which is going to really delve into the idea of the Joker and the Batman almost being on opposing sides. So we're going to take the Jack Napier character from Tim Burton's Batman, and we're going to throw him into a comic book where he's been in Arkham, and now he's, set himself up for a legal defense. He's out to save Gotham from the true villain, the true persecutor of Gotham, and that's Batman in his eyes. So I'm really intrigued to see what this kind of flip, this kind of take on Batman is, which is why Batman White Knight is one of the most interesting books that I think is coming out in October. But I want to know what you guys are thinking too, so hit me up in the comments down below and we can start that conversation. As always, if you like what you see, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to get more news, reviews, and commentary on comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows and games, and anything and everything inside the world of comics.